Hello people, how are you all doing? Hope everybody's had a fantastic Christmas and New Year. You're probably all still hungover, aren't you? Poor souls. Never mind. Anyway, let's get down to business. So, earlier today on Twitter, and I've been tweeting like crazy with a few people, it's been mad. There's been a few of us who have been discussing quite a fair bit about Smallville and the characters and where the show has gone, where it's come from, all that sort of stuff. So all the usual stuff. But then two names stood out: Darkseid and Ultraman. Okay, Darkseid for the fact that he was, this season's big bad, and so far we don't feel like he is this season's big bad. Ultraman because of how awesome Tom Welling displayed him in the episode Luthor, and even though he didn't get that much screen time, we still think that Ultraman was awesome. So with that in mind, we basically all turned around to each other and said, what if Ultraman was this season's villain? What if he was season 10's main villain? Go back to season 5, you had Brainiac. Season 6 was Bizarro. Season 7, I'm going to go with Lex, because that's when Lex was trying to figure out the whole Veritas stuff. Okay. Season 8 was Doomsday. We all know how that one ended. Season 9, Zod. I'm going to say no more because that was epic. Season 10 would definitely have been more epically awesome had they brought in Ultraman as the main villain. Because if you think about it, you could have kicked off the episode, Lazarus for example. I don't know how they would have kicked it off, but my guess is, if you're going to introduce someone like Ultraman, the way that they did it in Luthor could have been, it was subtle in some ways. Not subtle, but cheesy, and still subtle at the same time. But remember when Clark stabs himself with a dagger in Salvation, then in Lazarus it's Lois who pulls out the dagger? Well, it could have been so much different. You could have had him somehow, however, you know how Smallville operates, have him suddenly transported to the parallel universe that Ultraman resides in, and then have Ultraman take his place. Or could it have been something else? I don't know, but I'm just guessing here. But basics of it is, right, here's how you got to look at it: Ultraman, Superwoman, Owlman, Johnny Quick, the Crime Syndicate of America, Alexander Luthor. Now the reason I've just said that is because if Michael Rosenbaum was to agree to come back as Luthor, as Lex Luthor, if they did decide to go with the Ultraman story, I think that having Alexander Luthor in the parallel universe would have been enough convincing for Rosie to come back as Lex. Because A, he doesn't need to shave his hair. B, I think it would have been awesome to see Lex as a good guy trying to face off with Ultraman, but seeking the help of Clark and Green Arrow and other members of the Justice League and the Justice Society. You've got the Crime Syndicate of America. I can't say whether or not Owlman or Superwoman would be present. Even if Superwoman was present, obviously it's going to be Lois Lane, therefore she'd have to be played by Erica Durance. All of that put together, seriously, how epic would this season have been so far? And then you can finish off the last 5 episodes of season 10, the last 5 episodes of Smallville ever, to round off with an awesome epic finale that will hopefully have not just Clark wearing the suit with the cape, but also flying, taken out, going one-on-one with Ultraman, up in the sky or something. Hell, go as far out as space. I mean, come on. You feeling me? Seriously, all I'm saying is that I think Ultraman would have made an awesome villain for season 10. It would have been better. The way that they've written Darkseid so far has just been, really hasn't satisfied the comic book geek within me. This show is about a comic book character. It's about a superhero, and it's not fulfilling right now. But Luthor, was top notch, and that pretty much, I think Luthor was a taste of how awesome season 10 could have been, or could still be. They've got another 11 episodes to go. Luthor was a taste of how awesome season 10 could be. So all I can say is it's good that we've got Lionel Luthor here now, but I still think that had they used Ultraman, Alexander Luthor would be well and truly alive. Lex would definitely be played by Michael Rosenbaum. How they're going to work out having, somehow they, what Smallville's like. They twist things, right? They change the mythology in some ways. They turn things around. So you could have had Alexander Luthor come over from his parallel universe to this universe, and who knows, something could snap inside of him to become the evil Lex Luthor, rather than using clones. I mean, yeah, we know that Lex is all about clones and stuff, but maybe you could still have a clone, probably still played by Rosie, if he, agrees to the bold cap. Look, I've cut my hair. Can I play Lex Luthor? Anyway, but seriously, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. So, Ultraman should have been this season's big bad, and I think it would have rounded off Smallville in an epically good manner than what we've had so far. So, yeah, let rip, people. Give us your thoughts, your comments, let me know what you think. Thank you very much, and good night.